specific weight we have discussed. What is specific weight? Specific weight equal to anyone? The weight of the fluid. Here, the mass of the fluid is taken. Here we are taking the weight of the fluid. Weight of the fluid by volume. Volume of a fluid. So weight is nothing but having some gravitational force. So let us take mg force. What is that? W equal to mg. So now I can write here. So specific weight is denoted by letter gamma. What is gamma? I am writing gamma. This is denoted by rho. So rho equal to 1000 kg. Here gamma. So gamma equal to, I am writing gamma equal to mg by what is the volume? mg by meter cube. mg by volume B. Now see here, m by B is there, volume is not B. So m by B already know. What is m by B? See here, m by B is there now. This is what you can write. Mass by volume. So mass by volume is nothing but the rho. So instead of mass by volume, I am writing gamma equal to rho. This portion. So rho into g. Simply I can write what is the relationship between mass density and specific weight means gamma equal to rho into g. That is the relation. So gamma equal to rho into g. This will be useful while doing in the problems. So specific weight equal to what? Simply weight of the fluid by volume of fluid. So I am converting into the mg, W weight. So m by v equal to simply rho into g. Gamma equal to rho into g. This is the thing we have to see. Next one. Next property is already you told some of the boys. What is the next property?
Specific value.
Viscosity.
Specific
Gravity.
Gravity. Already I am discussing partially. This is useful in later. While doing the large problems, it will be useful. Someone is asking toward D01. Specific gravity. Or relative density. Or relative density. So specific gravity or relative density. Simply I am writing S dot G. Specific gravity is denoted by S dot G. So it will tell about the relationship between the two densities of the fluid. So you need to find the density of other or another fluid. Then the specific gravity will be useful. So specific gravity or relative density equal to simply the density of a fluid. Density of a fluid by density of a standard fluid. Density of a standard fluid. So here the density of a standard fluid is we are taking as a water. So water is having how much density? Anyone? Just now explain.
1000.
1000 kg.
1000 kg per meter cube. So Sg, this is the value density of a fluid by density of a standard fluid. So for example, Hg value is given. So you can find that density of the fluid now. What? Yes or no? If Hg value is given something like this, let us say the kerosene, the specific gravity of kerosene is having 0.7. What is my question here? The specific gravity of kerosene is having 0.7. Now what is the density of the kerosene?
0.7 into 1000.
So what is the value? How much is getting? 700.
700.
700 kg per meter cube. Similarly, different fluids have different values. So here the highest density is having, we are taking, we are considering mercury. So mercury is having the specific gravity of 13.8. So what is the mercury? Here we are taking an example as a kerosene. But the specific gravity of mercury, that is Hg, equal to how much? 13.8. 13.8 we have taken. So there is no units. Why? Density by density, you cancel it, you will get no units. So the specific gravity is having how much? 13.8. For which one? Mercury. Okay, so we completed the relative density also, that is specific gravity. Now we will discuss the surface tension. So what is surface tension? So generally the surface tension have two definitions. Generally the surface tension consisting of two definitions. So first I will explain one, then I will explain another one. So let us to explain it. I am taking a one table. A container is consisting of a fluid. Here in this fluid, see the fluid is filled. The fluid is filled here. Now see the surface tension. So what surface tension will explain here? The surface tension will explain. It is a phenomena or a property of the fluid. Where you can see it acts. It's a property of the fluid which acts like a stretched membrane. I am writing here. It's a property of a fluid, acts like a stretched membrane. With minimum area. As possible, as extent or as possible extent. So it I have seen this is in this fluid. I am taking the upper portion of the fluid. I am taking the surface of the fluid. In the surface of the fluid, I am taking the surface of the fluid. Now, in the surface of the fluid, what I am doing, I am taking a small string, small thread. In your thread, generally the thread is there to stick the clothes. So I am taking that small thread like this. Some small thread is there. I have taken that thread and started to place gently, not applying some force. I am place gently on that thread like this. This is the thread. I just have to place the thread like gently. Now see, whatever the surface is there, the surface is having more energy. The upside, the surface is having more energy, and it is having some density also, more density. So that's why the surface is very thick compared to the different layer, compared to the lower layers. Whatever the lower layers are there, the upper layer is little bit thick. Now it place gently. Don't place very fastly. Now see here. Here the film is there. Inside there is some film is there. Inside some film is there. Inside the film is there. So whatever the thickness film is there inside the thread. Now if we apply a small pinch on it, whatever the thread is there, the thread will started to give some circular shape. Whatever the thread is there, the thread will started to give a circular shape. So by this, Oh, see here, whatever the inside the thickness, the film is there, the film is started to disappear. It started to disappear and it started to disappear. Whatever the thread is there, that will become a circle. So the whatever the area is there, the area is the whole area is some, let us say 10 meters cube, 10 meters square. But here the whatever the here area is there, the area of film is decreased. So that it acts like a structured membrane, and the minimum area will be decreased. Whatever the area is there, the area will be going on decreasing. That explains the surface tension. This is the experiment which is done in, you can done in your home also. Instead of water, let us take some oil. Okay, let us take having a thickness of 2-3 mm, 2-3 mm thickness of oil. I mean, height of the oil is 2 mm or 3 mm. You pour in some glass, not glass. Take some plate, circular plate, and pour some oil. Now take that thread, whatever the thread is there, take that thread like a zigzag, put in a zigzag manner, no problem. Now after certain time, pinch on it. See, while pinching the thread, you should place very gently. The whatever the thread is there, the thread should not go inside. It should be outside only. See, moreover, you can see surface tension. Example is see some small ants are there. The ants are trying to move on the surface of the layer. That is because surface tension only. So this is a simple property of the fluid. It acts like a structured membrane. Acts like a structured membrane with the minimum area as possible as extent. That is nothing but surface tension. Now we go for another definition, that is in mathematical point of view. So same fluid. Let us take one needle. Needle. I have placed some needle. I placed the needle. So there is some tangential forces are acting. There is some tangential forces are acting on the that imaginary line on the needle. Tangential forces are acting on the needle. So I am replacing that imaginary line here. Now the tangential forces are acting along here like this. Tangential forces are acting along the per unit length. What is this length? Let us say capital L. The tangential forces are acting for the unit length of an imaginary line. So to understand reality purpose, I have taken needle. But on the surface, we are drawing one imaginary line. On that, the tangential forces are acting per unit length, may be taken as surface tension. So what are the units? I am writing here. What are the units? S equal to force, tangential forces. These are the forces. These are the tangential forces acting per unit length. So what are the units here? The formula is force per unit length. So S equal to Newton per meter. This is a explanation of surface tension. Any doubts are there? Boys. Now we are jumping into the capillarity. What is capillarity? So the more concept is also there in surface tension, like surface area and this. This will come in the school life. Now we are going to discuss on capillarity. So what is capillarity? It is a phenomenon of rise and fall of a liquid. fall of a fluid, fall of a fluid with respect to the adjacent of another fluid. So to explain it, I have taken one small container. Along with that is long vertical tube. Long vertical tube. See here. So it is a rise or fall of a fluid in a tube. Let us taking a container. This container, the liquid is filled. Now see here, I am inserting a tube. So what happens? There is a rise of water or fluid in the tube, in the vertical tube. So this is a phenomena of capillary rise. This is called capillary rise. So why capillary rise is taking place? So this is due to the adhesive press. This is due to the adhesive properties. This is due to the adhesive property. A property and adhesiveness property. Adhesion. Here adhesion is very greater than cohesion process. Adhesion process. Adhesion forces are very larger compared to the cohesive forces. Then we can see the capillary rise. If cohesion forces are very small, the cohesion forces are very large compared to the adhesion forces, then capillary fall you can see, the capillary depression you can see. So here whatever with respect to the surface of the fluid in the container and the surface of the fluid in the tube, that is called a difference. That is H, denoted by letter H. So here adhesion will be more. So that's why the capillary rise will take place. If cohesion is more, then you can see the capillary fall. Let us see that. So there is one more concept is there to explain the capillarity, that is wetting and non-wetting liquids. We will see later. So first we will see the capillary fall. Capillary fall means the cohesion forces are very larger. So this is the tube. I inserted again. Here, whatever the fluid, the surface of the fluid in the container is more. The surface of the fluid in the container is more compared to the tube. So in the tube, up to this portion is only filled. So it will feel like this. It will feel like in this manner. It will feel. So here, what is H value? The H value is this is the H value. This is the H value. Here this is the H value. So what is the distance between the two? Exactly like this. This is called capillary depression or capillary fall. So how it happens means due to wetting liquids and non-wetting liquids. So wetting liquids and non-wetting liquids we will discuss now. So see here, first of all, wetting liquids. So wetting liquids are nothing but there is a water man, simple water. You take some surface. This is the surface. Take the droplet. I have taken the droplet of water. This is the droplet of the water. This is a droplet of the water. Now I place it on I pour down the surface. So what happens? It will form like this. Whatever the droplet of the water is, the droplet of form like this. Now, this is the wetting liquid. So how we are done this is the wetting liquid means through the experiment analysis. How the experiment is done? Simply we are drawing a tangent line through any point of that curve, any point on the curve. This is experiment done in the lab. So see here, at this point, let us take the peak point of the surface is contact with the liquid, Now drawing at this point, I'm drawing a tangent line. I draw a tangent line. Now see here some angle is formed. Let us say this angle is called theta. That is angle of contact. So now see the angle of contact is less than 90 degrees. Yes or no? So the angle of contact is less than 90 degrees. Then it may be stated as a wetting liquid. If you place any fluid on the surface, then due to surface property or surface tension property, it will spread. On that spread portion, in the microscopic level point of view, you draw a tangent line. At any particular point. Okay, then you will getting exactly you should draw tangent line with respect to the surface and liquid contact. So here I am drawing. You don't draw here, you will get 180 degrees. So you are drawing a tangent line here or here. Then you will get angle of contact theta, that is 90 degrees. So you can say that is a wetting liquid. Now you go for non-wetting liquid. This is the example is mortar. Now I am taking another liquid. Let us say mercury. So mercury having a strong molecular forces between the two only. So the same medium is there. So that's why there is a more opposing forces are there. So whatever the drop you drop on the surface, it will seems like a sphere shape. It will seems like a sphere oblique. So if you place a drop due to more homogeneous property, generally it has adhesiveness property. Adhesiveness means it is sticking to that surface. So adhesive means adding. Simply in our knowledge, you consume means adding. You are adding one more material, one more molecule to another molecule. Here there is no aggregation because the whole are summating. Same whole molecules. Now see, I am drawing a tangent line. Now I am drawing a tangent line here at this point of contact. Now see the angle of contact. What is angle of contact here? The angle of contact is more than 90 degrees. So see here, this is a 0 degree, 10 degree, 20, 30 like this. Maybe 60 here. This is my 90 degree. If you go beyond this, you will get it. So the angle of contact is more than 90 degrees. Then we have to say it is a non-wetting liquid. So here, what I am going to say means in the capillary rise, you will use wetting liquid. In the capillary fall, you use non-wetting liquid. That is the difference. So that is explaining the capillarity. That will explain the capillarity. So we have one formula for capillarity. Capillarity H equal to 4 sigma cos theta by rho GD. So sigma is nothing but the surface tension. So sometimes I will write S or sometimes I will write sigma. No need of tension. Here sigma is nothing but the surface tension. Surface tension theta is nothing but just now I told the angle of contact. And the rho is nothing but density, G is nothing but gravity, D is nothing but diameter of the fluid inside the tube. This is the diameter. So this is the capillarity. Now we are discussing one more property. From here onwards, it's important in our engineering point of view. So till now all these properties are studied in your school level and physics, but now we are going to study that is the viscosity. Any doubts are there? Boys?
అర్థమైంది సార్.
చెప్పండి రా, 4 నిమిషాలు మీకు అర్థమైందా లేదా? మళ్ళీ నేను అడుగుతా క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పాలా, రిప్లై చేయాలా? వెట్టింగ్ లిక్విడ్ అంటే ఏంటి, నాన్ వెట్టింగ్ లిక్విడ్ అంటే అని అడగాలి.
Sir, H is equal to H 4s cos theta by rho into
4 sigma cos theta by rho GD.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
మీరు అడగండి. You can ask me Give me some time, sir. I will note down those. Or you simply take a screenshot. Advanced technology India. ఇప్పుడు viscosity. So what is viscosity? Viscosity generally you know the friction. Friction తెలుసు కదా? Friction. The friction is the opposite force or opposite force to the motion of the body. So let us say this is my surface. This is my surface. I have taken one solid body. The body is moving in this direction. Let us say 10 Newton I applied. The body is moving in this direction. So how the friction will act? The friction will act in this direction. With respect to the surface of the contact, the friction will act in opposite direction. That is the frictional force. Similarly, here also there is some frictional forces are acting between the two adjacent layers of the fluids. Then we will call it as a viscosity. Simple. Let us take a container or some surfaces. Here, number of layers are there in the container. A number of layers are there. Between, for example, whatever this fluid layer is there, and similarly this layer is there. If this layer is moving like this in this direction, whatever the upper layer is doing, it will try to stop that. So the resistance to the flow of the fluid is nothing but the viscosity. Simple. Resistance to the flow of fluid. Upper layer. For example, whatever the down layer is going in this direction, the upper layer will go in this direction. That is the viscosity. Simple. It's applying force. Here I have viscosity with respect to solid bodies, but here we are discussing the respect to fluids because they are studying fluid mechanics. Now the viscosity. So here, with respect to this viscosity, one law came into the story. That law is nothing but Newton's law of viscosity. That is important for us. Note down this over no issues. But now onwards, you note down that Newton's law of viscosity, there is a compulsory and definite problem. Without this, there is no question paper. Newton's law of viscosity. Let's call it Newton's law of viscosity. So what is Newton's law of viscosity? Simple. Newton's law of viscosity is directly, see here, it defines that, or it states that, it not defines, it states that shear stress is directly proportional to the velocity gradient. Shear stress, one word. Shear stress is directly proportional to velocity gradient. So shear stress is directly proportional to velocity gradient. For example, see here I am explaining that this is the fluid surface. Now in the early class also I discussed it. See, I applied some small shear force. Application. It will start continuously. The position of the particle, the position of the molecule is here initially before application. After application of the shear force, the position is here. And again, after certain time, again, it started to move here. So it's going on like this. It's going on like this. In the reality, generally, here, in the textbook, you will give like this only. The shear stress is directly proportional to velocity gradient. But in the reality, the shear stress is directly proportional to shear strength. That is studied in solid mechanics. Here also we are applying for solid body. See here, this is my solid body. I applied a some shear force, after some shear stress. Shear stress is produced due to the force. Okay, leave that. What happens? I have taken rubber. What happens? It will deform like this now. That is angle how much? 5. Shear stress is directly proportional to shear stress. Up to elastic limit. Here the condition. If you remove this, again you will reback it. But here you can't get its original position, and at the same time here, whatever the strain is there, whatever the angle is there, here 10 degree, 20. Changing or going on changing, so it is difficult to find the shear strain with respect to the time. It is difficult to find. That is the actual concept. So instead of finding the shear strain, I am finding the velocity gradient. I am finding the velocity of the fluid. With respect to the thickness. For example, this is the bottom layer of the fluid. This is the under layer of the fluid. Let us say this is the thickness, and here one layer is there. I am finding the velocity. Now, how the velocity? What is that here? What he explaining means simply. So shear stress is nothing but tau. Tau is proportional to du. Du is nothing but change in velocity between first layer and second layer. Let us say this is the two layers. These are two layers are taken. There is changing velocity. For example, it is moving with u velocity. The changing velocity is u plus uu. This is changing velocity. The graph seems like this. These are the fluids. So what is the thickness between the distance between these two fluids? Let us say y. dy. Taken thickness, the distance is, I have taken only two layers of the fluid, not the total fluid layer. I am not adding the total layers of the fluid. I am taking only the elemental portion. Simply I call it as the elemental portion of two adjacent layers. So that's why I am taking, we have to take dy. Here we have to take dy. So this is du by dy. Dy is nothing but the thickness of the two fluids. Du is nothing but the change in velocity. So they have change in velocity. And dy is nothing but distance between two plates. Between two layers. Or you can take plate and fluid also, no issues. Okay. You already know tau is nothing but shear stress. Okay. If you know the proportionality is there, if you remove the proportionality limit, you will get one constant. So what is the constant here? I am removing this proportionality. I am eliminating this proportionality limit. So you will get one equal to mu into du by dy. What is mu? Mu and y. Mu and so mu equal to nothing but dynamic viscosity. Mu is nothing but the dynamic viscosity. So what are the units? For this dynamic viscosity? Dynamic viscosity equal to Newton per second per meter square. Very important while doing in the problem. He won't give directly in a Newton second per meter square. He will try to twist the problem. Sometimes he will give in centimeter square, sometimes he will give in points, centistrokes. We will discuss that. So Newton per meter square per second is given. So what is Newton per meter square? Anyone?
4.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Newton per meter square ni how can I can write in any manner? Under
Stress, sir.
Ah, stress, very good. That is the definition, very good. Units ending. Units are Newton per meter square. Another form.
Sigma.
kg meter square.
Sigma.
ఏంటండి?
Sigma.
Sigma రాజు.
Don't write centimeter square. Okay. అది రాద్దాం. You will see.
సిగ్మా రాజు సార్.
మీకు అర్థం కాదు నేను చెప్పింది. ఓకే, see here. Newton per meter square ని Pascal
sir.
Pascal equal to in the textbooks, in the problem, while doing the problem, you face the difficulties only. Unit direct what ఇందులో ఏడు. He will give some other units. 1 Pascal equal to, so Pascal second అంటాడు. If you Pascal second is given, some 10 Pascal second ఇచ్చాడు, that is the dynamic viscosity. He would not mention dynamic viscosity. Some viscosity 10 power Pascal second is given. Then you have to identify that is dynamic viscosity, not kinematic viscosity. I discuss later. What is kinetic viscosity? Okay, Pascal second is given. That is also nothing but what. These are the SI units. These are SI units. Write down this definition. Write down this formula. Very important. Along with this. Okay, you write down this. Rasinra?
సార్.
Now see here, I am changing this CGS. What are CGS units? Dyne per centimeter square second. Second ఉంటుంది ఎక్కడ మాడదు సారీ. So dyne centimeter square per second is there. So that is called poise. That is called poise. One poise. Another name for dyne second centimeter square. Another name ఏంటి? One poise. Units are very important. Note down while doing in the problem. You will get the problem regarding Newton's law of viscosity up to 10 marks. So units are very important. Write down that twice. ఎందుకు హైలైట్ చేస్తున్నా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, రాసుకున్నారా వాయిస్? అరే రిప్లై లేదేరా వాయిస్?
Yes, sir.
Very good. One voice is there. Now see here. We will discuss now kinematic viscosity. That is the dynamic viscosity. So generally we have two types. One is dynamic and kinetic. So we completed the dynamic viscosity. What is kinetic viscosity? Dynamic viscosity is denoted by mu. Here we are denoted by mu. I am doing small change like this. See here, I am giving one circle to that. So mu equal to dynamic viscosity by rho, density of the fluid. So density of the fluid. Write down that mu equal to dynamic viscosity by density of the fluid. You want to you have to write down now onwards. That's why I am indicating the denotes. So mu is nothing but dynamic viscosity. This is nothing but density. Anyone can tell me what are the units? అరే ఇప్పుడు యూనిట్స్ వచ్చిందంటే మీరు అయిపోయింది, పాస్ అయిపోయింది సబ్జెక్ట్.
మీటర్ స్క్వేర్ పర్ సెకండ్.
ఓ ఎక్సలెంట్, వెరీ గుడ్. ఎవరు రాడు? హూ ఇస్ దట్ నెంబర్? వెరీ గుడ్. మీటర్ స్క్వేర్ పర్ సెకండ్. meter square per second. Very good answer. So, if you want to derive, I can derive it. Do the addition of, let us see. A meter square per second under 2000. So, mu is nothing but what? Mu is nothing but Newton second per meter square by rho. Rho and density. Density is nothing but mass by volume. Mass by volume is nothing but kg per meter cube. Kg per meter cube is here. Now here meter square, meter cube is cancelled. 1 meter is available here. Downside, you can see 1 meter. 1 meter is available here. Now what I am changing here? Newton per second by, here you can see the kg per meter is there. So if you go outside, it will become reciprocal. So what happens? Meter per kg. Here kg unnadra bhai mari. So kg undi manaku answer meter square per second ravali. So what I have to do, see here, simply kg is nothing but 1 kg force. Kg is nothing but 1 kg force. As per Newton's second law, Newton's second law, what is F equal to ma? So force is nothing but newtons. Newton units also, I am writing units. Mass is nothing but kg. Acceleration is nothing but meters per second square. Now see what I am writing. I am removing the kg here. 1 kg equal to Newton per second square per meter. Right, sir? I can write this now. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now in the place of kg, I am substituting that Newton per second square per meter. Any doubts are there? So Newton per second into meter by kg, Newton per second square by meter. So Newton second is cancelled, 1 second is balanced. Now here meter is there, you going upside, it will become meter square. So meter square by second. So kinematic viscosity having meter square per second. For example, if you don't know the units, if you forgot the units, then by using your logic, you can do it. If you know the formula, there is no need of by hearting this. Very simple. Okay. So this is SI units. What about the CGS units? That is centimeter square by second. Centimeter square by second. Centimeter square by second. So here I am writing 1 stroke. This centimeter square by second. What is another name? What is another name? That is the scientist name. That is 1 stroke. 2 newtons you learned. That is 1 poise and 1 stroke. Now 1 stroke equal to
10 by 10 to the power of 6.
One stroke equal to 10 power 4 meters square by second. 10 power 4 minus 4 meters square by second. This is convert. Okay, write down this also.
Sir, ఇది ఏంటి సార్ సిఏఎస్ అని రాసిర్రు?
CGS SI units CGS. CGS units are meters just converted into centimeter square. That's it. Okay. Kinematic viscosity definition anta baane undi, but what physical field? What is the physical field? What is the physical field means, as per my knowledge I will explain it. Let us take a container. For exam point of view, we studied this, but what the knowledge we gained in the kinematic viscosity means, let us take 2 containers. One is with water. One is water only, but it's mud. Mud water. Now, if you give any, for example, if you throw any stones inside, whatever the vibrations are there, the vibration disturbance is, the vibration diffusion property is very less. Whatever the vibrations are created in the water is very high because it is moving, because there is no strong molecular forces. But here, see here, even though it is water, but it is having more rigidness. So if you throw whatever the stones, it will go very slowly. It will reach very slowly, and whatever the disturbances are there, the disturbance diffusivity is very less. The diffusivity of disturbances is very less in the mud water, but the disturbances of the diffusivity is more. The disturbances or vibrations will occur more in the kinematic viscosity. That is the kinematic viscosity. Okay. So you know it of this concept, but you remember this formula. What is the formula? Meter square per second. So what is the formula? Units are meter square per second. Formula is dynamic viscosity by density of the fluid. That is very important while doing in the problem. Okay. Any doubts are there regarding the class?